Hi Flosstube, it's Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher. Today is December, I think it's the 9th. And welcome to my channel. I don't know what Flosstube number it is, 111 maybe, 112. This is a channel about cross stitch and needle arts. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're someone who comes back from time to time, I'm glad to see you again. So it's been a few weeks since the last video. And in that time, I went to the Jingle Ball. It was my birthday weekend, and I went to the Jingle Ball. So we had a good time doing Zooms, and I did the whip speed dating aspect. That was fun. I had a little issue with my video. Probably I hadn't turned off the ad blocker, so it was causing some issues. But really got everything resolved. Had a nice time going to the tables and chatting with people, watching the content made by the designers, and then what else? Shopping. They had some good stuff. So in fact, I need to download some patterns and that I ordered, and I think there's one book that's coming. My hair's got kind of a halo today. Anyway, I'm wearing a new sweatshirt. It's a Jane Austen sweatshirt. I realized that my sweatshirts were in kind of bad shape. So here's a tale of woe. I was watching Instagram, and then of course it looks at the stuff that you like and it feeds you things that you might want to order. I don't know. I've not had good luck with Instagram sponsored retailers. So I go in and I order something. I ordered a couple of sweatshirts. And they were polyester. I was like, no, I did not want that. Almost every time, I'm kind of 0 for 3 on this. It's coming from China. So if it's coming from China, I kind of like, it's not going to be what I expected, or it's going to take super long, or I really haven't had good luck. So what I do now is when I see something I like, I go to Amazon, and you can see a lot more usually about the retailer, like where the product's coming from, the fiber content. There's a lot more information. Plus you can return it a lot easier. So I used to have a cup like this and I broke it a couple of years ago. Went into Hobby Lobby this year. See how cute that is with the holly. And they had some hanging up. There weren't that many, maybe 10. I thought, oh, I need another one of these. So what else? Oh, and then the Jingle Ball, I went on that Saturday to Acorns and Threads. They were one of 3 shops who were hosting the Jingle Ball. So if you bought a ticket, you could go into the stitching room that she has, the annex, I think she calls it. And you could sit with people and watch on the big screen things that are going on in the Jingle Ball, but also just socialize. So it was so festive. And we had Anna from Quilt Roadies was there, and she gave me, was it she or maybe it was Margaret? I can't remember. Gave me a little festive headgear to wear. It was a little, I think, a Santa hat or something. It was really cute. So people were in there. Some were wearing tiaras because it was the Jingle Ball. Nobody was wearing a ball gown or a prom dress. So, but all in all, just a lot of fun. I was there for, I think, 2 to 3 hours. My husband and I had driven up together, and he went Christmas shopping while I was jingle balling at Acorns. Then he came and got me, and we ate lunch, and we went to the Pittock Mansion. And the Pittock Mansion is a beautiful estate in Portland, Oregon. It's a museum, or it's open to the public now. It's not being lived in by anybody. But the fellow who had that was once the owner of the Oregonian newspaper, which is a predominant newspaper in Portland, Oregon. So that was fun. It was all decked out for Christmas. Some people had said that they have displayed needlework there in the past. I didn't see a needlework display. I thought there would be gingerbread houses. I had seen something like that on their website, and there were some, but they were not real gingerbread. Still very charming. And at the end of this video, I will put some pictures if you care to look. It was fun. We came back and we were driving kind of out in the country because we live in the country, and sometimes we just like to explore and see what's down the road. Came across this herd of elk, and there was probably 100 of them. They were just right there in the field to the right. It was fun. We slowed down and watched them a little bit. I snapped a few pictures and video clips and put them on Insta stories. And I may throw those at the end of this video too so you can see them. They're big animals. What else? Gosh, I went to my sister's. When did I go to my sister's? Last weekend. Why? Oh, my mom made chocolate pie for my birthday. She is the best pie maker ever. So that was my request. Can I please have chocolate pie for my birthday? So she made it, and I ate some. Also, we went to, boy, I spilled a little bit there. We went to breakfast, and a couple of the kids came, and I had this apple pancake. I thought it would be, it's like, they made it like a Dutch baby, so it takes like 45 minutes to make. It was like a caramel, apple, floofy. It kind of fell over time, but it was kind of a custardy. Oh my God, it was the best thing ever. And my brother-in-law ordered one too. And so we were just jaw dropped when we saw it. It was delicious. Anyway, that's all that's going on. Work, a lot of work, and getting ready for Christmas. I have my little cute little putz house up there that's lit up. It brings me joy. Let me get you straightened up here. Get me straightened up. Anyway, and I will tell you that I am a big fan of supporting small business. However, I live in the country. It's a good 25 minutes to town, and farther if you want to go somewhere, if you have a place you need to go. So I have ordered quite a bit through Amazon. So the Amazon driver, he's used to us, drives down our driveway, opens the shop door, throws whatever he's delivering inside, and takes off. And super efficient, very nice. And it's been such a godsend. Super quick delivery service. All right, so what have I been working on? Let's get down to cross stitching. I had been working on redware, and I was close to finish last time, and I have finished it. So this is out of a 2006 cross-country stitching magazine, and this is what it looks like. It's stitched on 40 count Dixie sampler. I think it's like apple butter. I'd have to go see if I can find the tag. It's a great fabric. It's a great color. It's a little bit blown out on your end, but I did a conversion. I used overdyes instead of, I think it was charted for DMCs. And I picked some, it was a little more of a primitive color palette. If you saw it last time and you remember, the W was a different color. I don't know what I stitched it in, because when I picked it back up to work on it, it wasn't that color. So the light green is baby spinach. And I did the whole thing, and I came down and I picked out the lighter green and put baby spinach in. It looks a lot better. I wasn't sure if I was going to take it out, you know, but I know Jean Lee says always forward, but if I look at it on the wall and I do not like it, that was my chance to fix it. It wasn't that much to do. I'm going to come up a little bit closer so you can see. The red work was fun. This is Indian Summer by Weeks Dye Works. The scroll work, I should say. It's not like, you know, there's black work. It's very scrolly and hearts, and it offers a softness next to the geometric design. And I wasn't going to put this in. I was going to put a different design, not this checkerboardy looking design. But then I realized that I liked this Indian Summer so much. If you hear noise, it's my husband in the shop. I apologize. That I knew the variegated thread would look pretty right there, so that's what I did. So this was my finished redware. And I've been looking at my whips and looking at my Excel sheet, because I do, yes, I have them on Excel sheet, and I love that. I'm a goal-oriented person, and it helps me execute better. So I was wanting this year to get under 40 whips, and I'm there. I'm at 39. So in December, I picked up this, and I'm sorry, this is out of print, I know. This is Blackbird Designs Into All a Good Night. It is one of the smallest whips that I have. And when I count the whip size, I don't count stitches because I don't have them all in Pattern Keeper. So I don't know the total stitch count. I just know the size. And I use that And then I also kind of estimate how many weeks I think, or days I think it's going to take to finish a project. I think that's something I've added recently, and it's been kind of fun to see how close I am to my estimate. So when I picked this up, I just had one star done. That was it. I think I started this in 2020, and I've also looked at my whips and put them by my start dates, and that's going to influence my focus pieces for next year. So this is where I am. I would say by my next video, this should be done. I should have it done in December, and it's sweet. It's a very sweet stitch. It's kind of like stitching a Paulette piece, though. Those houses, no joke, especially where you have a lot of greenery around this pineapple and the oranges and apples. I've had to rip that out a few times. When we were at the attic with Alma and Paulette for the Autumn Abundance retreat, I was chatting with Alma, another stitcher, and we said, wouldn't it be fantastic if you had a little book that you released of the Christmas loose feather patterns, the ones that are out of print, like And to All a Good Night, Winter Wonderland, Merry Christmas, Ella Vaughn. There might be others too, I don't recall, but if she had a collection of those, that would go over well, I think. There are a lot of people who want to stitch that pattern. So that's all I've finished. So what else am I going to do this month? I haven't worked on this since the last video, but this, and it's not ironed. It's kind of a hot mess here. But this is that Sister Sampler by Abby Rose Designs. And this, so I'm to right about here. Nope, I'm to right about here. So if I'm about 2/3 done, I should be able to finish this one this month too. And this is a lot of fun to stitch on. It has a Charlotte Bronte quote that says, "You know full well as I do the value of a sister's affections. There's nothing in the world like it." So that one is going to be a focus this month. I'm hoping I can get both of those done in December. And my next video should be, let's see, today's like the 9th or 10th. It's probably going to be a whip parade. And it might be around Christmas. It's either Christmas or New Year's. It depends on how things go. I might do it Christmas Day. The boys will be here. My mother-in-law will be here for the day. But I think we're going to celebrate on Sunday because one of my kids has to travel back on Monday. A couple of them do. Here's something else that I hope to start. And that is, this is by the Little Green Bean on Instagram. If you go check her out, she is so prolific. She does a lot of wool applique. And this is a project that she had posted. What's this called? Anything But Ugly Christmas Sweater Garland. And it's so stinking cute. When she showed it, I thought, oh, I need that. And it's simple. You just basically piece and stitch the front of it, and you put a piece of wool on the back. I think you might glue it together even. And then you create the garland. And it comes with the little clips for the garland pieces. For the sweaters, it comes with all of the felt balls and candy pieces. It comes with the baker's twine, with needles, with the doll needle to put the twisted baker's twine through. It comes with glue. It comes with everything. It's a fantastic kit. It's got all the stuff in it. So I think I'm going to work on that too. I might even start that this weekend, because once you get it cut out and kind of glued together, then all you have to do is stitch it and assemble it. And it won't take long to do. They're little pieces. Now there's some that are a little futzy, but really not too much. All right, this is going to be a faster video, I think. I do want to show you a couple of finishes. Well, actually, just have one stack of finishes to show you, and they are my Christmas stockings. Now, last year, I confessed that I had stitched these stockings and hadn't assembled them for like 10 years. I was intimidated to put them together, and I just didn't have, well, I didn't make it a priority. right? And it was not that hard to do. So I just sat down and made myself assemble them. And I have one for my niece that I had made and gave to her as well. So in order, and some of these are on Ada and some of them are on Even Weave. The first one I did was for my husband. Now this is out of the Better Homes and Gardens holiday editions. They had them individually in the Christmas edition, and then they have them in a collection in a booklet under Better Homes and Gardens. I have a couple of different books with them in there. So this is the back of the stocking. I did the piping, and they all have their names on them. But look at how cute this is. This is on Ada. Now, the book did say it's going to be much easier to do this on linen or even weave, but I was in the Ada zone then, so I just stitched it on Ada, and everything that was a fractional stitch, I had to pierce the middle of the square to create the fractional stitch. So this one is my husband's, and this has like a fuzzy, I don't remember if it's a pearl cotton or what it was that makes the popcorn garland, and it has long stitches for the drums, for the drum, and I think that's it. It's special on that. The next one I made was mine. This is the order in which I stitched them. This is the craft room, obviously, right? And look how sweet that is. Little samplers on the wall, the beautiful quilt, the old-fashioned sewing machine, the embroidery, cross-stitch stand, skeins of thread, or doodads, a little pin cushion in here, knitting, the calico cat, and all the beautiful things in here, the two angels. So this one is mine. The next one I stitched was my oldest son's, I believe. I think I stitched them in birth order, but I just never assembled them. So this is my oldest son's, and look at those Santas up there. These are so detail oriented, and yes, there's a ton of backstitch, but they're so charming. Look at that barn down there. Isn't that sweet? The dog, Raggedy Andy, ball. I don't know they'll ever give these to my kids. They're gonna have to pry them out of my hands. This is my second son, Dylan. This is Santa's Wood Shop. This was a lot of fun. That Santa was fun to do. It was one of those puppet Santas. You can pull the chain and his arms and legs move. I love how, even though this is a lot of beige, she put a pops of color in, like these apples and oranges, the red car. There's Noah's Ark. And this, this is an excavator out of one of those 100 designs of construction equipment. There was a designer who would make like 100 of this design, of this thing. And so I pulled it out and inserted it into the picture because my son, all my boys were really into heavy equipment. My husband was a heavy equipment mechanic, and they just thought it was awesome. So I put that on his. My third is the music room. He's big into music, and this one is just so homey looking. I love this whole thing here. Now these are little bells, jingle bells, and you mark an X on a bead with a Sharpie. I tried to find the smallest jingle bell I could, and it was still too big, so I followed their instructions. I think the Sharpie is worn off, but it's all right. This has more of that pearl cotton fuzzy thread. I do love the little tiny little tree with the birds on it, and I'll be done in a minute. And like the French horn, he played the French horn in band. And then this cello. So that one's beautiful too. It's the music room. And the last one is, like, I would call this the study. I'm not sure if that's what the title of this one is, but this one was charming with the old-fashioned car and the clock, the goose and the Santa, the warm quilt and that train, and then the horn down here. My husband played cornet in high school. He went to such a small high school that he played football, and at halftime he would go play with the band, and then he would come back out and play football the second half. Well, his band teacher finally just said, "You're going to have to make a choice. You can't do this." So he chose football, and the band teacher's like, "Well, just, it's okay. We can make it work." But he was already past it. So we had this cornet, and I still have it somewhere. But those kids, they would toot that thing through the house. They just thought it was the best thing ever. So this is the study. So that's the finishes I wanted to share with you this time. I don't have, all my stuff is at my sister's, except for that. I had that in my little, this has clothes in there, but I have a few things in there because I knew I'd need to get to it for Christmas. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about some Stitchy kindness that I received. This is from Vintage Tulip Designs, Timmy. And then I just want to share something really sweet. I stitched one of her designs. It was Midsummer Garden. It was the one that was all purple flowers, so beautiful. She sent me this beautiful project bag, and I do love red. Look at how sweet that is. It's fantastic fabric. And in it, she included this Joyful Christmas cross-stitch calendar. It's an advent, and it is a collaboration between Vintage Tulip Designs and Sunflower Diaries. So Timmy and Maya, I think it's Maya. Let me look at my card here. Hold on just a second. Yes, M-A-J-A, Maya. They went together, they worked on this together, and I just think this is adorable. So I'm sure that this can be, you can find this on Lucky Butterfly Stitchery or Lucky BS Stitchery. And if you just Google Joyful Christmas Cross Stitch Calendar, this must be their new, Lucky Butterfly Stitchery must be their collaboration together, the name of their collaboration. Adorable. So it was really sweet of you. Thank you so much. I know that Timmy watches my channel, so thank you for sharing that. A few things came in the mail. One, I saw this from Hobby House. The attendees at Hobby House, I think, received this Stacy Nash design, and it came with the threads in this little bag, and I saw people stitching on it, and I absolutely knew that I wanted to get that. Also, I saw this, okay, Timeless Traditions. I don't remember the gal's name. Oh, Norma Whaley. She's on Instagram, and I saw this in her home. She showed some pictures of her house. By the way, I love a good Christmas house tour. She had this made up. It is so pretty. It's a quilt hanging, or like a table topper with wool applique on it. And so, yeah, I bought that. And you know I love me a Farm Girl envelope when it comes. I ordered The Light of Winter by Brenda Gervais, this one. I've been waiting for that one. That one was exciting when that came out in her release. Reindeer Games. I've seen several people stitch this and finish it, and I have the wood pieces to go with it. I think that's super sweet. And Snow Magical also has seen this one finished, and with the wood from Chantel's 141. Let's see. I just want to put a plug in for Doreen Frost. Oh, I don't want to show you that. Doreen Frost. I'll just show you the back. She is, she's a stitcher, an embroiderer, a wool appliquer, a rook hooker, and she's in Vermont. And if you follow her blog, you can also sign up to get her newsletter. Well, I sign up for the one that comes in the mail, and I signed up for 6 months to see how I liked it, and I love this. I get one once a month, except for I think there's 2 months in the year it's a double issue. One is, I think, Christmas, because there's so much going on, and the other is July. So it's the Little Brown House Gazette. And she sends usually a pattern. I'm not going to show you what it is, but she shows a pattern that you can use to punch needle or wool applique. Her stuff, she is just so cozy and homey and a good storyteller. And I would love to go to one of her classes, one of these days. Let's see, what else can I show you here? Hold on one moment. I saw this on eBay. It's an old vintagey Brenda Gervais. Isn't that cute? It's more embroidery, but I really like that. I picked up the last Primitive Quilts magazine that's in print. This magazine will now be online only. And the reason why I bought the printed version, and I usually have a rule where I have to have at least 2 projects in the magazine that I would make before I buy it, because I end up with magazines where I have like one thing, and I don't usually do subscriptions either. Although Primitive Punch Needle, and you know what I'm talking about. That one is fantastic. I end up buying most of those. Well, there's a couple in here that are amazing, but I just want to show you, what page is this on? From Pansy Patch Stitching and Quilting, page 20, 19 and 20. This is her design, and she showed it on her Instagram channel, and I love this. So she uses laundry basket quilt designs or fabric a lot, and that's my favorite quilt designer, fabric maker. So I bought it for that reason, but there are a few others in here that I would stitch. So I made sure I got that. Dying to Stitch. This is I think it's the last one this year in their club. It's been a lovely club. I went to Teresa Kitten Stitcher's site when she had, must have been a Black Friday sale, and I bought Mary Mary Pink Heap. I don't think I have this one. Well, I hope I don't. I bought it. Also, I've been eyeballing this one, Abundant Table by Erica Michaels. The colors on this are fantastic. And then my friend Barb from Lost and Floss, she bought one of these when we were at Country Sampler, and I was going to go buy one and I didn't. And that is the French General embroidery panels. Now hers, I think, were like a gray color, and I just love the red, and I would stitch these in red. Look at that panel. So French General, usually when they, and look at that, they'd be great pillows for a bed or a couch or whatever. But French General usually comes out with an embroidery panel when they have a new line. So I could not resist that. And I think that's it for purchases. Amazon's been getting my money lately. I do want to say, okay, so from the last, I do have a giveaway again. So from the last giveaway, I do have, first of all, 2 people responded to me with their giveaway wins, which I appreciate, in email. They followed the rules. And then I wrote them down and I lost my list. So I finally just found it. So this is going out in the mail. I'm so sorry for that. Sometimes I feel like my life is still living out of a box. The 3 that are left are Winter by Liz Matthews. And this was Julie Fowkes, Fowkes, 9796. If I don't hear from you by the next video, I'm going to redraw. Also, Elsie Curtis, Home Sweet Home. This was Cindy Gunning, 7108. And then the box pattern was Glee Hanson 4775. So those 3 I still need to hear from the the winners for those. Now the next, for this next time, there are several that I have for you. One is Golden Delicious. So remember that I I finished this last time, and I will send you the pattern and the threads, the Roxy threads to go with this. Leo and Roxy, I want you to try them. They're wonderful. They're fabulous. So this is their thread conversion from Evertotes. If you would like this one, please write the word golden in your comment. Another one, Teresa Winsler, Holly and Ivy Sampler. Very beautiful and Christmassy. If you'd like this one, go ahead and write Holly, Holly. Sue Hillis. This is called It's Christmas. So if you would like this one, write Christmas. And I'm going to share one of the designs from Nancy Allen that I showed you in the last video. She seeketh wool and flax. So this is, if you would like this one, put wool. Isn't that cute with the shepherdess? So cute. You can see the back of it here too. And then I have this one. I don't know. I have this one. This was from a couple months ago. It's by Mary Lane Gather. And it has some threads left. It's a dine to stitch kit, but you might need to buy your own threads. If you would like this one, please write Gather. And then the last thing I want to share with you is the 2024 Book of Days. So I got this at the attic, and I just love this. This comes from Needlework Press. Vicki Jeanette and her daughter-in-law Megan worked together, and I don't use Book of Days. I found that I love them, I want to use them, and then I don't. And I think I would just like to share it with someone who would really value it and want to use it. So if that's you, please go ahead and write 2024 in your comment. Also, tell me how you're doing on your Christmas shopping. So leave me a comment on how you're doing. Are you done? Are you the person that's done by Thanksgiving or done by Halloween? Or are you a last minute shopper? And how much do you have left to do? Do you use Amazon? Tell me. Inquiring minds want to know. That's it for today. I hope you have a marvelous weekend. I will see you one of the holiday weekends coming up, and it'll be a whip parade. So looking forward to looking at all my designs, all my stitch pieces that are halfway done, what I want to do this next year. I have some pretty lofty goals, and we'll see what gets done. So take care, and we will see you soon. Bye. all the cow elk. On the backside, that's a big herd. There's probably got to be 100 head in that.